Let's go hiking to see Dante's view at Death Valley National Park. Right, we've come to Dante's View in Death Valley for a bit of a hike today, and just came out of the parking lot to the overlook, and the views here are amazing.
Spectacular.
Supposedly the best views you can get in Death Valley, where you can see about 110 miles of the floor.
We did go on a hike that was off that overlook area. The highlight of our second trip to Death Valley was that we drove up to this parking lot location for Dante's Point, and it is an actual overlook of the valley below, and the valley below happens to be Badwater Basin and beyond. I mean, it's a expansive, gorgeous view. You experience the Badwater Basin, and you experience the mountains that surround it.
And you see
astonishing.
that,
it's just an absolutely astonishing view from that point.
Yeah. They say it's one of the most astonishing views you could see from any vista point in the entire United States.
Yeah. So you can look down at Badwater Basin, which happens to be the lowest point in North America. And then across from that rises Telescope Peak, which is the highest peak in the park. So if you're there and there happens to be a very clear day, you can actually see in a distance, so just a glimpse of it, but you can see Mount Whitney. So here you are, standing at this one point, looking at the lowest point in North America, and you can see the highest point all in one look. I mean, it's fantastic. We did end up going on a hike, and we took our goddaughter, and I thought it was the best part of this trip, this particular trip. You hiked into a trail. I think it was about 4 miles in to a certain point, and you hike back out. But you can stop anytime you want and turn around. And there was hardly anybody on the trail at all.
Yeah, that's what was nice about it to me.
Yeah.
Is like it felt like we had the place to ourselves. We're up here hiking in winter. It's the end of December. Weather down below is forecasted to be 67 as a high today, but I'll tell you, when we're up here, it's nippy. So if you're going to plan on coming to Dante's View in the wintertime, recommend gloves, lots of layers, hat, stuff to keep you warm. Because as you go up to this elevation, it does definitely get briskier, but it's worth dealing with the coldness to appreciate just this phenomenal view. Something else. We've hiked up a little bit. We're on one side of the trail, you've got that magnificent smooth floor of the Death Valley below, and then you go to the other side of the trail. The day that we're here, you've got some snow dust covered on the hilltops on one side, and then just as far as the eye can see, natural, wonderful landscape out here in Death Valley. Quite beautiful.
It's wonderful. It's beautiful. It's cold though. But that's okay. We'll warm up later. And you would turn certain places on the trail, and you would turn around, look at the view, or the view's right in front of you, and it was just gorgeous. It was massive. It was like eye candy. I mean, I couldn't get enough of it. I just wanted to sit there and watch, sit there and look, and it was just beautiful.
Yeah. I suppose, like a lot of hikes, what's interesting is you're in one location and you see something that just looks wonderful and magnificent, and you hike maybe 2/10 of a mile, and then the views change, and that's what we're seeing here at Dante's View. Is just it's magnificent.
Yeah, around the corner and our bin, and boom, you see something totally different. So awesome.
Pretty cool.
On these rocks, you've got colors of burnt orange, lime green, browns. When you get really close, you can see moss formations. From a distance, this gives it a speckled coloration. And over here, an abundance of orange coloration. Got rocks. Got as far as the eye can see, just this natural landscape. All right, so a few hours, hour and a half, whatever, into the hike. Nice to stop for a bite to eat and scope out a nice view. We found ourselves a little ledge with a magnificent view.
Thank God Dad just fell down.
Okay, he wouldn't have gone far. He wouldn't have gone far. That's okay.
Yeah, we always say, don't film and move because things can happen to you.
You can nestle in the rocks.
Lunchtime.
Sandwich? Oh, that's
Yeah.
How's that for a view at lunch? So the hike here is roughly 4 miles, maybe a bit over 4 miles. Starting at the parking lot, when you start there, I noticed it wasn't marked in terms of trailhead starts here, but there's only one obvious place where you can start walking, and this trail runs the edge of kind of these mountaintops here, and you can make it what you want. You can go the whole 4 miles one way and back. It's a out and back, or go as far as you want. Stop for a bite to eat,
which we did.
and turn around when the mood suits you, and all the while enjoy the beautiful.
Amazing views. Right, Elizabeth?
Mm-hmm.
Hello!
Hey, I found it.
All right, I'm here with a couple of rock hounds.
We gotta clean it off.
So how's the rock hunting going,
Oh, okay.
Miss Julie?
Mother lode.
What you got there?
This is granite and it's shiny. We gotta find another one for Elizabeth.
Show me, show me, show me, show me.
Look at this one. This one's just not as shiny.
And talk to me about the big one.
Oh, well.
The one that got. Talk to me about the one that got away.
It is a little too big.
It's staying
Way
with its
down
owner.
there. I mean, could you imagine trying to carry that down?
No. Well, first.
You can see like the little like the spouts.
I know. Isn't that cool?
So for you rock hounds, there's no shortage of rocks to explore
And take a look at in Death Valley.
and take a look at in Death Valley and admire on this Dante's View hiking trail. Lots of neat specimens. Talk to me about.
Okay, off we go to our last uphill,
What do you think?
which goes where Elizabeth's going. All the way up. And then you go around that. Okay.
So it's actually not, looking at it, not a particularly daunting hill, but when you're on your return part of a hike, you always appreciate the downhills more so than the uphills. So we got a bit of a little mini climb to go as we make our way back, but that's okay. One of the benefits of a nice hike is you usually sleep really well at night, so we'll see if we make that happen today. This trail traverses the spine of this mountain from the parking lot at Dante's View all the way 4 miles out. Overall, fairly, I would say, moderate hike. There's a few places where you've got some inclines. They're not, if you're in decent shape, very manageable. And you know, the reward of taking this hike is in both directions. Magnificent vistas. Just, you know, when I think about places we've been in North America, this has got to be one of the widest views that's available to us, where you have nothing but nature for as far as the eye can see. No cities that you're seeing, no villages, just a smooth valley floor to the west, and a green covered, also smooth area out to the east. So on this one part of the hike, you've got these small arches and mini windows in these rocks, which are really cool. And in the distance, there's one as well, a couple of windows. Very cool too. Nature's art.
Okay, that was cool.
Go for it.
Can you wave?
Having fun there, lady?
What is it?
This? What did you say? Geological survey.
Dante!
Ah.
Maybe this is the point.
So up ahead is the parking lot for Dante's View, and then the trail is going to start right over in this area over here. There's no markers, but you've got some fence posts, and then you can see that the trail starts to go up into the hills. So this is where you're going to start your hike. Again, it's up to 4 miles one way. It's out and back. You can turn around whenever you choose. So you know, the option is up to you. Spectacular views up here. Okay, give me the recap of what we did.
So we gained 1,080 feet.
How many miles?
4.06. I had to read that. In 3 hours. Not bad. Woohoo! I'm sore. But now it's time to go see Badwater. Let's go.
Little note on it though? How about a little note on?
Well, I had a
Dante's?
question, Julie, and maybe you have the answer.
Okay.
Dante's Peak?
Yes.
Who the heck was Dante?
Dante's View was named after Dante Alighieri, who wrote the Divina Commedia, which is Divine Comedy, in which he describes 9 circles of hell, the 7 terraces of purgatory, and the 9 spheres of paradise. And it does seem fitting, doesn't it?
It does. Although when we were up there's several places in Death Valley that are named after actual people who had been there,
Yeah.
lived there, etc. I thought that this might be named after some guy named Dante who was an early pioneer. But
Yeah.
I think that author was an Italian from a few hundred years ago.
Yeah, quite a few hundred years ago, but apparently very well known then too. But I mean, there are a lot of places that are named after people that made their name there.
Yep.
And made some kind of impact in Death Valley, but not Dante. It seems fitting though.
Absolutely.
When you take that hike, you'll get it.
And Death Valley for us continues to be this area of astonishment and wonder, a place we love to explore. But do visit. I think it's one of the treasures in the national park system in the country. I can't think of a national park that we visited that I wouldn't recommend. I love them all.
Yeah.
They're all so different.
But that's the point.
Mhm.
They are very different, and Death Valley is so unique as a desert area, and that they preserved it and let the public use it it's a blessing. It's a treasure.